Hello there, Simon Dusk 6453. Good to see you. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. I need to check and make sure that actually went out. Test. Yes, it did. Can you hear my sweet, sweet voice? Well, just started our evening exploring strange new worlds, seeking out new life and new civilizations. That's right, you guessed it, Simon Dusk. We're playing No Man's Sky. Of course, it also says No Man's Sky in the title, not Star Trek. It would be funny if I did. That would be a funny April Fool's stream. Use Star Trek thumbnails and call the stream Star Trek. I thought it was GTA 5. Yeah, easy to get those confused. SD Man bringing in the sass. Gotta love it. Skogly been touching GTA 5 lately? You should touch that game, it's fun. I need to touch that game again. But for now, after a stressful weekend at work of just energy draining crowds, it's time to relax. Well, I don't feel like killing people this evening. We'll get back into Star Wars soon enough. Let's see. Oh yeah, I gotta go look for pyrite on my missions. So I'm gonna go do. I think the game's audio is too loud. Alright, we're gonna do... Alright. Yeah, if it's overlap... Alright, I've reduced the outgoing volume by a couple of decibels, and I've reduced my speakers inside. Yes, I know, I'm that cool. I listen to my audio usually, even though I should put it in my headphones. Sounds good now. Yeah, shout out to Sarge if you're listening. Bronson. Cobalt deposit? No, that's right. I gotta go get pyrite. Find systems that have pyrite. I know, right? This is an interesting star system. Yeah, I'm right here. I flew right next to you. You missed me. It was a cool flyby and everything. It literally almost scooped you up on my wing. Okay. Alright. Cat wants to fight. Then I fight the cat. Oh, do you have the other glove over there? Can you get in that too? That's going to make more sense. Yeah. Simon Dust 6453 says, anyways, I'm having a bit of a problem. I want to be a soldier, but I don't know for what country. You know, the funny thing, and I'm glad you brought this up, man, because I can totally rant for the next 6 hours about it. Just let me know when you get bored. The thing about that is, I learned from being in the Coast Guard, of all branches. I actually learned a lot about... Strangely enough, I learned a lot about warfare being in the Coast Guard. Like, for one, it's 95% logistics. Wars don't happen. I mean, people say wars, you need soldiers, and, well, that's... Yeah, of course you need soldiers, but... You know what soldiers need? Soldiers need blankets when it's cold. Soldiers need food. Soldiers need uniforms. Soldiers need guns. Soldiers need bullets. Soldiers need airplanes. All that shit. You get the idea. So, all this stuff is these are supplies, and these are necessary for war fighting, and these are more necessary than soldiers, because if at the end of the day all you have are soldiers, well, here's the thing. Most soldiers only soldier for money. So, my first piece of advice to you, Simon Does 6453, figure out which job of soldiering makes the most sense for the money. And, you know, for 9 years, the United States Coast Guard was ideal. And if there's a Coast Guard, or at least some kind of, you know, defensive naval force, I would probably opt for that over any kind of... although at the same time, the Navy, again, most Navy doesn't actually do war fighting. So when people like sign up for the Marines and whatnot, that's only like actually 1% even of the entire Marine Corps that actually goes into be fighting forces, because it's all got to be logistics. Supplies got to move. Someone's got to cook the food. Someone's got to make the uniform. Someone's got to supply the supplies. And if there's no supply movement, it just doesn't work. You know, if soldiers don't get their mail, they don't get morale. And if your soldiers don't have good morale, then that's that. That's why they want to replace soldiers with robot armies. That's why we need, you know, the Geneva Convention to recognize, was that Asimov's Law of Robotics as the official law of robotics. But, yeah, I mean, I think some people claim that they were supposed to be codified into law, but that's, as far as I know, that Asimov's laws are not actually enforced or adhered to yet. They should be. It makes sense. But yeah, until the fighting force goes full AI and we're, you know, in our post-Terminator apocalypse, I would say that just about any of the branches is going to be fine for the most part. Marine Corps in the United States, for example, you learn to fight for sure. Army would mostly, just like I said, all the people I knew that were like, oh man, I'm going to the Army, I don't want to go to war, and then it's like, oh yeah, I just do welding, oh that's great, I do like storage and stuff, and I do accounting. It's just like a whole bunch of freaking jobs that aren't even gonna see a battlefield. So, yeah. Alright, pyrite. Need to get my pyrite. Should be able to rant and do what I'm trying to do at the same time. So anyway, that was my 6-hour rant condensed to 30 minutes. I guess I don't have 6 hours of content to rant on. It would probably turn into like rabbit holes in the military-industrial complex, and, you know, putting on a uniform overall is bad or something. I don't know. I mean, it's not bad. I don't regret my time in, but after Wetfoot Dryfoot ended, when I was stationed down here in Key West, I was like, we were... Ooh, an airless planet with salvageable scrap. I'm gonna put a base on that planet. We had these cutters that we had to make use of, and it was like... It turned into, instead of interdicting, you know, migrants and people coming across the water, which that would still happen, it just doesn't happen nearly as often, because, well, they don't get to stay anymore. And they don't get their free $10,000 when they touch landfall. Ending Wetfoot Dryfoot was probably one of the few things that, yeah, Obama did that was good on his way out. But anyway, because of this, you know, we got to justify our budget and shit. And so then it's just, it went from, you know, feeling like we were there serving a purpose to, okay, now we're just harassing fishing vessels and pissing off the community. And then I'm getting also told in the same ear, oh yeah, we need to be working to improve our public trust. I'm like, improve our public trust, and we're pissing these people off, the people that live here, that give us a reason to even be here, that pay our paychecks. We're bothering the shit out of them because we have nothing else better to do. And so it got to a point where I just looked at myself in the mirror and went, am I the baddie? And yeah, it kind of was. Yay, authority. Anyway. I always had Norway in mind. Ooh, good choice. Yes, the People's Socialist Paradise of Norway, I've heard, is cold, but, you know, if you don't mind 70% of your wages being garnered, although if you're in the military, I mean, it's kind of a... I will be honest, man, military life is a voluntary servitude. You do give up, I mean, even in the United States, you know, we tout how great we've got it, and we've done some, you know, I did some joint stuff with other nations' militaries, and yeah, I mean, in places like the Philippines and whatnot, it's basically a life sentence of your serving your country. And to some extent, there is some expectation of that, but I mean, it's a give and take. You know, you trade your pirate, yay, tectonic planet, which means it's probably unstable. No, I don't want to recruit you. God, freaking desperate ass freighters. Ships are mighty and stalwart. We will bring great glory and honor. That's great. Bring glory and honor by leaving me alone. Oh. Oh, okay. Want to buy my ship? No, I think he's... No, I don't think he's... Oh, offer to repair... Oh, he's in trouble. Oh, yeah. No, you're good, man. Talk about my time in the Coast Guard. Sucks to be you, bro! The dickest of dick moves. Hey, it's Texas. Let's find Hank Hills. As Simon does 64. Holy shit! I didn't notice that! This is the best randomly named planet ever! Fuck yes! I gotta upload that. I cannot let it... I gotta let... Oh, right. I gotta go pee on it, and then I can upload it. Holy shit! We found Texas! Yay! The Promised Land! Oh, and it's full of volcanoes. Are they? Those are Kanos. Yep. Extreme night temperatures. Alright. Don't forget to credit me. Of course not. Of course. Oh, that is... Yeah. Yeah, I gotta land. That is the planet's name. We found Texas. Alright, we did it. Game over. We have reached the end game, honey. I found home. Nah, I'm just kidding. But hey, anybody? Anyone watching the stream, though, if you've been looking for Texas, I found it. Or at least one of them. So far, it's looking pretty, I think Texas does have my pyrite, so it works out. Looks a lot like Texas. Kind of like Texas, but like if Hawaii kind of left behind an STD. Oh man, the sky is just ash. I know, but it's like, it's weird. I look up, it's just black. Alright, well, we're gonna have to pick a spot to land on Texas. I don't see, well, there doesn't seem to be any kind of Gulf of Texas on this planet that I can, at least that I can see from here. So, we'll just go ahead and... inspect the surface of Texas. Landing area not clear. Wow. There we go. Texas. This is... And I wasn't gonna stream. Man, what a dumb move that would have been. No, we are not renaming Texas. That is not happening. But I gotta take a quick little screenshot so I can... Alright, so we can brag about it in the Discords. Spelled Rob Rainier wrong. Well, obviously I have to put a base on Texas.
Are you gonna call it Arlen?
Yes, I'm gonna call it Arlen. Upload all. Yes, I am claiming all of these names. Texas is saved. Long live Texas. I do want to wait till the sun comes up, though, so I can actually take a look and see if I can find a better spot to... Ow! God! Poison plant. Right! Because of the ash and soot, it's probably never gonna happen. Damn it. Well, Texas is definitely that's a dry heat here, that's for damn sure. As dry a heat as you can get. Where Hanky Poo says, yeah, where Hanky Poo, man, ding ding, man, go, spaceship, man, it's freaking hot out, volcanoes everywhere, ash, soot, can't see shit. Oh, you gotta wash the car, man. So much ash, gotta consider getting an electric. All that ash clogs the air intake. It's black, blacker than cancer lungs, man. Oh shit, did I walk past? Fuck, I walked past it. Oh hey, there's stuff flying in the air that I can't see. Yep, can't see that. Can't. Oh, but it's gonna tell me that it's there. Did walk over it. Wall of flame. Oh, cozy. Alright, did I get all of you? I got shields. Alright, I need more pyrite because that wasn't enough. It's 836 away? Is there anything within walking distance? Oh wait, I've got a wall of flame heading my way. I can just fly there now. With my super jetpack. Alright, I already mined all that shit. Guess we'll tag that one in. Oh, let's fly. Whee! Glide down. Oh shit, am I out of batteries? I am out of batteries. I am no longer out of batteries. You know, I was wondering why this mission was so easy, and I'm realizing it's kind of not. I mean, it's a little easy for me because I've got the provisions to withstand these kinds of storms. And with the added impact on the jetpack, actually fun. But I can see how, like, you know, a lower level player, maybe not fully geared out, struggle with this planet because, damn, it's hot. Need a new pirate deposit. Oh man, I'm gonna fly around in that again. This is still hot, hot, hot. Do you think cars are more dangerous than guns? Whoa. Asking the good questions tonight, Simon Dusk. Yo, whatever you're on, I'd like to get on your level. So I'm going to try to, by answering your question. I think that both are tools, and how you use that tool is what makes it more or less dangerous. I think that... Wow, what the fuck was that? Sudden localized fire.
Wall of fire.
It dissipated, though. Alright, I gotta summon my ship real quick. Alright, let me get back to a better spot to converse on. Alright. What's she landing on right there? Oh, there's land there. See, I thought there was a cavern. extension on the legs there, Peregrine. Alright, but yeah, as I was saying, I think that, in a sense, it depends on the car, it depends on the driver. I do think that people do get a little overconfident with their vehicles when they either drive around in big trucks or fast sports cars. And of course, yeah, you know, it's pot calling the kettle, whatever, and that's true. I'm not speaking as a saint. I'm speaking as a, you know, recovering failure. So, guns are just tools. I've only ever had to use one in self-defense, and I didn't have to pull the trigger, thankfully. I really hope that life grants me the outcome to stay that way, but obviously if push comes to shove, I'll do what I must to protect myself and those I care about most. And I mean, the same's kind of the way on the road. You know, people, I think it's a matter of, what it comes down to is, people need to understand what the value of life is. People need to understand that it's short, that it's not, you don't have your whole life ahead of you, you have today. And so it's okay to get, you know, fast, fun sports cars. I'm still, you know, hopefully the 7th gen Camaro, you know, ends up being an EV and kicks ass. Otherwise, hopefully I can score a EV Daytona Charger. Either way, I've got the vehicles that I like. I got the cars that I like. But I also when I drive on the road, I try to take everybody into consideration all the time. I don't just drive for me. I try to drive for everybody else, because at the end of the day, you know, we're all trying to get, whether it's to the grocery store or to work or whatever, safely. And that's all that tolerance is at the end of the day. And that asshole in the BMW cuts you off on the freeway. Are you thinking about, you know, what church or house of worship that they go to? No. You're realizing, yeah, BMW, par for the course. Duh. Guy in the sports car revving their engine at you to race you. Of course they are going to do that. That's what happens. It's annoying sometimes, but... Actually, what's funny is when somebody's, you know, listening to their stereo really loud, and I point at them, and I go, hey, can you turn that down? And they go, no. And I go, all right, well, when I beat you to the next light, it's going to be quiet. 9 times out of 10, it's quiet. So anyway, the point is, it's all about how you drive it. It's all about how you respect the road. And same with guns. It's all about how you value life in the end. And yeah, I don't ever want to have to shoot somebody unless it's necessary. I don't want to have to, well, I'm at the point in my life where I'm content to be like, you know, karma's warning light in the moment for people, but I don't ever want to have to be the enforcer again. The enforcer job sucks. And I don't envy those that have had to do the hardest of enforcing. I kind of feel like arms are more dangerous, but cars are more deceptive. Yeah, I mean that's kind of that's really it. Like, yes, guns, you know, you have to take. You're right. I get to a point in my driving where I'm comfortable enough behind the wheel that I just get in and go. I'm not thinking about, you know, oh, are my turn signals working? I have all of my sensors tell me if something's wrong with the vehicle, so I don't have to do any safety checks. I don't have to do anything. I literally just drive my vehicle. When I got to the range, we make sure that the guns are unloaded. We make sure that they're stored safely in their box. We then transport them meticulously to the vehicle. We then take the vehicle to the range. We then meticulously transport the weapons into the range. Excuse the firearms, because they're not being used as weapons. Idiot. And then, you know, we have our fun, blam blam, pew pew, whatever. Then we just make sure our guns are unloaded, stored safely, back in their boxes, and then we transport them safely back to, you know, home or wherever. All the while, we are making sure we don't point our barrel at anything we don't intend to send to Jesus. And, yeah. No, I agree, Simon Dust. You make a good point. Guns probably are considerably more dangerous now that I think about it, because the extra care that we put into every time we handle them, yeah, even when I handle it on my hip, it's, alright, make sure it's clear, make sure it's loaded, unloaded. I may or may not mostly run unloaded these days just because I don't want a situation. But I've also practiced my quick snap. Yes, it adds like 0.5 seconds to the motion, but yeah, I just kind of like the idea of not blowing my chunk off. It's all in timing. That's all it is. Like, when I saw... There's a video of this guy who unfortunately was, like... I think he was killed in, like, mysterious circumstances. But he was famous for being, like, one of the quickest hands to ever draw a pistol and fire from the hip. Like... just the blink of an eye, he's got his target laid out, he points, fires, draws, and it's all done in less than a second. And it's all on video, in real time. No speed-ups, no nothing. And it's like, that's when I realized, he's not... What people are mesmerized here, though, is not the fact... They think that it's a skill that it requires. Sure. Like anything else in life, skill require honing. It's something you practice. But he's not nonchalant about it. Oh, journey milestone completed. What I do today. Spirited. Survived 8.9 souls on an extreme environment. Oh, wow. Oh, got all my pyrite. Alright. We are good to get out of here. Superheated jet, or yeah, superpowered. Cool. Take the pyrite to the depot. That worm better not eat me. Holy shit. That was almost close. Yeah, alright. Let's get underway. Yeah, on top of frickin' fire, Texas has worms. It's frickin' like Hawaii and Dune had a frickin' bastard child they wanted to drown in a toilet. Australia, oh my god! Planetary interference. Alright, I don't know how far away this is, so we're gonna head back up to space. Extreme temperature detected in space of all places? No way. Oh yeah, that is a little far. Glad it came up. Right, 1 second away probably means I should slow down. That was close. Ah, good. This waiting area inside is considered shelter. what advanced technology it is, because the second you step out from it, you're back in the storm. But you go back in, oh. Space is as cold as Arkham, Batman. It's funny. Deliver item, 250 prime rate. Delivery processing, yay! Alright. I have delivered the goods. Now I can pop open the wine to celebrate. I know that's not on the game objective. That's just my personal home objective. You too can drink it along. Don't let me have all the fun. Oh, shit. Yeah, I didn't screw it in all the way. Oh. Oh, extreme temperature of 66.2. Well, yeah, if you live in Key West, that's fucking freezing. Alright, cheers, SD6453. Good to have you here. Thanks for keeping this stream more purposeful than it originally was. Yeah, guys, I used to struggle with that too. Every time boarding in, you know, there's the reason you call you unaccompanied minor, because we just have trouble walking into seats at the airport. Anyway. Is it extreme enough to keep my jetpack extreme? Oh shit, I'm out of batteries again. No, I'm not. It is not extreme enough to keep my jetpack extreme. Alright, return to the mission agent. Find the mission agent aboard the space station. Can-Do'sville. Oh yeah, here's what it looks like during the day. It looks like China. Wow! This planet confused. It's like cool 1 second, and don't get me wrong, it looks nice. Oh, sorry, is that forbidden? Oh no, I was crashing into a bird. Whoopsie! It's like, I can't move! Oh, bird's trying to go into the exhaust, okay. Huh. Looks like a fascinating building. Should probably go look at it. Bring the ship down. Man, this thing is just massive. You feel like, yeah, Peregrine's small ship. No, idiot. You designed a... This is like a light freighter. Which, okay, yes, that's technically what she's been converted into, so... Yeah. Yeah, no, that's a big ship. That's a big old ship. Hi there. No. Yeah, I don't think I'm intercepting that one. Damn it. Alright, do you think some people would keep that worm as a pet? And I think if Draken Blaze was here, he'd probably want to try. He likes, if I'm recalling correctly, he likes crazy pets like that. I know Bronson would want to try to make it a pet. Guy who rides giant bumblebees. Why, hello, Sentinel Hunter. Warrior appears to be flexing their muscles as I approach, holding their breath. Oh yeah, looks like a bunch of hopping beans. Face me, interloper, for battle. Anyway, you want to see what I got for sale? Oh, oh shit, he actually wants to beat... Alright. Yeah, I'll beat your ass. proceeding to beat me severely. After a while, apparently disappointed at the poor level of challenge, oh, he kicks my ass? What a load of crap. I didn't agree to that. Should have just shot him, Indiana Jones style. Probably still do. Nope. You cannot shoot your weapon. Alright, let's see what the hell this is. It would just show the observatory was once a war zone, mangled metal, scorched hull, blah, 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 now repaired, whatever, transported. It must have happened before the beacon that flashes on the screen arrived. Perhaps if I enter the correct code and decipher it. 3987, 9837, 8739, 7398. That sounds good to me. Thanks to recent repairs, the observatory still functions. It leaps to life as it considered a new location of a destination deep within the cosmos. Oh, shit. I just picked up a side quest. Alright, well. I gotta go turn in the mission first, then I'll embark on the side quest. Oh, it's sending location data. Well, we'll check it out later. Alright, let's see what the rest of this facility has. I do have an Atlas V2 pass. Thank you. Multi-pass. Oxygen. Some say love is like oxygen. Every time I hear interloper, I always think of that ARG. Oh. It's a fascinating word choice that they went with, yeah. I want a damaged container. Yeah, and stick me with your rusted metal. Nice try, game. Oh shit, a computer. Remembrance required. Oh. Wait, can I make that? Soul engine. Nope. Captured nanode. That's not a remembrance. Damn it. No, I cannot make it. Okay, well, that's too bad. I do not remember remembrance. Wait for a good time to get out of here.
Extreme night temperature detected.
Is interloper like another word for intruder? Trespasser. Yeah, trespasser. Yeah, intruder is a good one, but it's more like with the Vy'keen, they reference it because they're pissed off that aliens like me are allowed to, you know, traverse their territory freely. So they're very proud of their personal space. I should actually play through the rest of the story on this game so I actually know what the hell I'm talking about, but because it explains why the Vy'keen, the Gek, and the Korvax, the only three races basically in the 256 galaxies. This game is stupid huge. Hand in missions. Yes, I would like to get my spaceship augment. Wow, Starship launch fuel? Who the hell needs that anymore? Probably people who don't put on the solar panels. Alright, Starship augmentation slot. nice as expanded inventory would be. Here's if there's any beam upgrades. I just upgraded my ship. 75 million to upgrade your ship slots, you know, that's quite the... Oh shit, a shield recharge on impact, yeah. I know, every single ship of mine ends up just being a beam build because they're... You know, I mean, of course, because they're stupid efficient. So now my beams have increased heat dispersal. Well, looks like ancient ruins. Learn the Viking word for today. Oh, today I learned.
Technology recharge. Technology recharge.
Cool little building. Yeah. Viking word for leave. Wow, that's getting ominous. Memories of Lufix song. Strange writings from upon the stone, revealing secrets from the time of the Viking ancients. How I understand them, I do not know. Burke foresaw the weakness of the Viking warrior kind. The star ascent of our noble race was blocked by the weak-minded sentinels. 9 times ninefold, Herc commanded, we would have our vengeance and dash the metal demons against the rocks of damnation. Seek help with language, or seek knowledge of the past? Knowledge of the past. Historical data. Ooh. Over there. Oh, you got a drop. Oh yeah, I got one of those last night too. There's drop pods everywhere on this planet. I know. It's funny you found it on this planet too. Or at least I think it was this planet. I'd have to look at the stream from last night. Creatures on the other side of the hill. Alright, let's go see what this little site's got for me. Well, it's got an LZ big enough for the Peregrine.
Units received.
Is this a little weird that I, as a liberal, kind of fear change? No. Change is inevitable, and it's truly the only constant in this existence. But it's not always a good thing, no matter how well intended. Oh, I got one ancient key. Being open-minded and open to trying nuance is one thing, but you know, there is wisdom in tradition as well. Life isn't all about constant nuance and constantly, you know, going against the norm. Sure, the traditional ideas weren't all perfect or correct, but they're not all bad either. Answer. The parts you can either put in your Corvette bank or sell for money. Alright, I got my... There we go. So I got my 3 keys so I can open my large artifact crate.
Technology prepared.
Thoughtful tracks. Okay. Kinda sad that if I want to be right, I can be that friend who's too woke. But it's fine, it's whatever. Well... I think people have ideas about what woke and even what their own politics are supposed to be conflated with. Well, the thing is, most people have ideas, but they lack conviction. The majority of humans are not actually convicted, in the sense that they don't follow through on who, you know. It's okay to admit that, you know, if you're lazy and you just want to play video games and you don't want to have many friends in life and that's your existence, okay. The standard bare minimum for me is not murdering anyone. If you want to live a peaceful, simple existence that doesn't amount to anything more than what's in front of you, you're allowed to choose that. That's not a life that I can choose for myself, but that's for me to figure out. That's for me to decide. So I think when it comes to being woke or anti-woke or whatever, we have hit the point where those prominent voices who were the supposed counterculture anti-woke just ended up turning into the monster that they claimed they were fighting against. And so I'm on this channel, the Writer Brothers, we're truth seekers. We are information chasers. We don't preach what is right. We just speak. We don't claim to be what's right. We don't try to be correct. We just try to find what is right. And as it turns out, some of the ideas that are typically branded as woke were correct in bringing awareness to certain social issues and certain social changes that are necessary to better the life of all humans. However, a lot of the execution of that has been terrible. But sadly, it's nothing I hadn't seen growing up in the 90s when evangelical Christianity was having way too much negative influence on culture, and it just, every single well-intended road to hell always ends up coming back to the Constitution being the greatest document ever created, because it's unmitigated freedom, but it's balanced with reasonable laws and expectations that, yes, you choose to live your life how you see fit. Now, in the public square, maybe not everyone accepts your lifestyle or the way you want to live, but not everyone's required to. Free to live. First Amendment's very clear that you live and worship whatever you want or don't want. It's your choice. But also, those rights weren't written just for Americans. They're primarily written for people on U.S. soil. They're also supposed to be human rights. It says, whenever I hear that when people say they're truth seekers, I kind of get a bit worried, but I believe you. So I'm not I follow Conspiracy Signal because I have a background in military intelligence. I've seen both right-wing, left-wing, and even, sadly, I've watched independent libertarian groups, and just about everybody, just about every ideology at some point or another has shamelessly engaged in psychomanipulative propaganda. And it's just, that's where I draw the line. I present information, and I share my ideas, and people can either agree or disagree or talk them out. People think that my ideas are wrong. Why? Why do you think you're correct and I'm not? Now, of course, the key component to that is you got to shut the fuck up and listen. You got to be willing to hear someone and respect people's opinions. Because we're not always going to agree, but our ability to agree to disagree, our ability to dissent, our ability to have cognitive dissonance when it makes sense is part of what truly makes us special as a species. Because freedom is not everyone agrees on the same thing. And that's why when it comes to like corporate religion, I kind of had to walk away from the concept as a whole, in that I can't commit to one because it doesn't make sense. If you read, for example, and I don't know what your personal beliefs are, and please understand, whenever I get religious, it's primarily philosophical. You consider what I have to say for yourself. It's not for me to decide your life. When it comes to the ideas of Jesus, there is no corporate faith, so to speak. There's really just him, and then even he alludes to elements of the divine that are supposed to be in charge. There's no human is actually designated authority over another. Mine's agnostic atheist. Yeah, so I'm a Gnostic Ronin Christian that leans heavily into spiritual mysticism. So I do think that a lot of the Bible has been corrupted, mostly by man's handling it. I don't agree with the Council of Nicaea's edits. I think that the Gospel of Thomas is as relevant as the other four. I also think that the Book of Enoch is as relevant as every other book in the what's considered the Old Testament. And I also think that there are truisms even laced throughout the Quran, throughout the ideas of Buddha, and I think that when we look at all 10,000 known active religions in the world today, we can agree that there are some truths to them because people latch on to it for a reason. Now, yes, there's you say you're atheist, So you've probably heard in atheist circles the whole argument of opiate to the masses and, you know, people needing religion because they can't feel safe or whatever. And again, there's some truth to those statements. Absolutely. Corporate religion, just like corporate wokeism or even corporate McCarthyism back in the anti-communist days, it all has one thing in common: it's groupthink. It's all contradictory groupthink at that. So where I draw the line, especially with faith, is, and this is what I love about the First Amendment, is you know, you are free. Congress shall make no law to prohibit the free exercise, you know, that Congress shall make no law establishing any, or no law promoting an establishment of religion, nor prohibit the free exercise thereof. But that's supposed to also extend, that doesn't say that you know, your corporation gets to decide how you're supposed to worship. It's really supposed to be protection from the corporation. And I say it that way because that's the biggest issue in the United States. That's why we've had to put these extra ridiculous laws that we really kind of didn't, is because corporations now, in the economic sense, are, you have to be reminded constantly, no, these are humans, and you have to treat them as such. You can't just say, oh yeah, come work 80 gajillion hours for nothing to show for it, for survival. Man, the missions here suck. What am I doing? I'm gonna go get salvage. Texas have salvage? I don't think Texas had salvage. Paradise Planet has salvage. I wouldn't be surprised if that's true. It's easy to prove Christ, believe it or not. In the sense that if you consider yourself scientifically inclined, so to speak, or a man of science, then you can literally take the ideas that he had and said and try them and see what happens. Now, I'm not saying this like you're suddenly going to, you know, collapse on your knees and pray to Jesus and accept him in your heart or any of that evangelical shit. I'm just saying that the ideas might resonate, something for you to consider, and it might put you on the path where, you know, you find yourself seeking out the knowledge that you need. And realizing that, yes, there is significance to this, because like I said, there's truth in all of the religions, because if there wasn't, people wouldn't be so dedicated. We wouldn't have traditions. Hanukkah wouldn't exist if the Jewish traditions were completely wrong. Now, is there distortions? Is there, you know, man-made interpretation that's probably clouded and muddied the waters? Yep. Humans suck like that. There's no getting around it. I mean, I certainly have questions about certain perspectives like original sin, but at the end of the day, one's interpretation of original sin is just that humans suck. I can't really disagree with that. We are incredibly awesome. We are also incredibly foolish and dumb. Simultaneously, we're terrible. Unknown building. Let's investigate. Oh. Looks like another set of ruins. Yep, it is another set of ruins. I'm not feeling that. I want to go get salvageable scrap. Where did you go off to, babe? Oh. Oh, I must have just missed you. Okay, this does have salvageable scrap on it, right? I think that's the one I went to. Or did you get it all? Or did I go to the spot that you just mined everything at?
No,
Yeah. Simon Does says, but let's not forget. Ooh, man, he's holding the suspense on this one. You're probably right, it's not. Probably not. It looked nice. What species invented wheelchairs for dogs? Hey. People love their house pets. Oh, it is the Paradise Planet, but... yeah. There's what? To be honest, I did not... Are we? And when did I... Oh, you're in that system still.
I kind of left. Oh, you fucked up.
Yeah, I kind of left and went to my own other system because I was following a... Oh, yeah, because I had to go do the pyrite. Shit. Yeah, I know how to go back. I'm coming back to you. Stay where you are. Don't move. All right. I'm going to go get missions. Missions were better up here. That's right. Oh, hey. Battlestar Galactica fleet was coming in. Anyway. Yeah, I mean... yeah, well... See, I would want to clone my cat if I could also transfer his brain into the new body. Emiel Moon? Hell yeah, I'm coming where you are. I mean, I know physically you're just across the room from me, but in game, you're so far away! Oh, flying worms. I do appreciate how the gear adjusts to the land. Yeah, I need a little garage on this ship that has my little exocraft parked in, or even like a little small exocraft. I'd have to go near a base first, but... I forgot to put Arlen on Texas. Damn it. I knew I skipped a step. Alright, I'm gonna go salvage this shit. I want to have, or let's see, I have a want for where it's to fight a tiger unarmed, which kind of turned into this like idea of tactics and kind of like zoology, I guess. Like asking myself, what animals can live where? How many Russians does it take to take down bear? None. They are dissolved in vodka. Yeah, you're probably right, comrade.
Units received. Units
You know what they say, in Soviet Russia, food eat you. Yeah. It's not critical flight phase, and you know it, game.
weather warning. Incoming storm.
Oh yeah, fun fact, I once heard that alcohol increases testosterone, and I have literally never touched it since. You mean decreases? Decreases sounds more accurate.
Units received.
Oh boy, that temperature's dropping like a rock. It cold now.
Falling.
Oh, I don't have any thermal protections. Where's the transporter? Right next to me. Man, do I really want to keep salvaging in a blizzard? Yeah, I'm kind of tempted to jump up and out myself. Alright, so what was that about salvaging scrap on the Paradise World? Well, that's right. This system, I think, has like 3 salvageable scrap planets. Anyway. How the hell did Google Translate think of the word increase? Ah, beats me. Yeah, you're not missing a whole lot on alcohol. Me, I drink on occasions now. Tonight it's red wine by one of my favorite companies, Black Ink. Is it? Like, confirmed dead? Then how did they release bottles in 2022? No, it burned up in 20. It would have burned up in 20. Or 21. Be much sad if my Black Ink is gone forever. No, I know, we gotta find, hopefully we got 25 bottles. Alright, I came back to the space station because I was gonna sell stuff, but I think I'm just gonna... Ooh, 2 azimuth reactors. Man. That new ship build's starting to look good here by the second. Multi-tool. Can it handle another mining laser attachment? Probably. Am I gonna put it on anyway? Fuck yeah. Oh. Oh, it's for the freighter. What? Oh, salvage fleet mining unit. Oh, it's a deployable freighter upgrade. Salvage fleet trade unit. Honestly, get rid of those 2 things. Oh, that's not right. I got turned around.
Units received. Units received.
Oh, hey, look. The lovely H. Marie's getting her suit upgraded. In my totally sane idea of fighting a tiger, I only identify 3 valid targets. Eyes, nose. The more fun part is thinking about the terrain. Yeah, I once had this crazy dream of taking out a bear with a combat knife. I'm glad I never tried to fulfill it. Oh my god, no way. Another 1,000 on the mineral analysis. Oh, it's only 1,000. Never mind. 10,000 would be more impressive. What am I saying? I over-exaggerated again. Damn it. Optical drill. Resources mine plus 50. Quantum computer and solar mirror. I'm installing a new toy. The pulse spitter. I had an idea of debating it's even possible to beat a tiger. Oh wait, sorry. Do you know like those small holes in the ground but there's so much grass you can see it? I think so. I had the idea of debating if it's even possible to beat a tiger unarmed with Skogli to increase my debating skills. I tried it twice. Both times ended terribly. Now Skogli is pretty cool. But I don't care too much about the tiger debate. But I need something to increase my debating skills. Well, I think the best advice for that I can give you is simply try to see deuterium. How the hell is deuterium made? Find deuterium, dihydrogen with trilithium or silicate powder in a multi-input refiner. I'm gonna go on the ship and use that one because that's quieter. Alright, we need the... Tritium and... I think it said the silicate powder? No. By create deuterium by processing dihydrogen with tritium. Oh. Need to create some dihydrogen. Oh, jeez. Minute 24. Do you have ideas of what you can use to increase my debating skills? I can't fucking think of anything, and it's pissing me off. With some Trump supporter and another guy, not Scogli. Oh, gotcha. Well, the best thing that I can suggest to increase debating skills is simply to convince people just to hear your perspective. It's not even about them, when we really pull apart our belief systems and we pull apart our politics and our religion, we get down to a simple core idea of our right to exist and believe and perceive the world as we see fit. Now, it's okay if you find this, in other ideologies. It's just, you've got to learn to respect other people. So part of why I encourage people to seek out Jesus or even Confucius, if that makes more sense, is the concept of treating others the way you want to be treated. But there's another side to that a lot of people miss. And that's when you learn to treat others. So learning to treat others the way you want to be treated is only part of that idea. The other side of that is you have to be willing to consider how others want to be treated and then decide to make the effort to treat them as such. That's not easy for a lot of people. So I think the first thing is to recognize that, when somebody is in an irrational state of mind, you need to approach people from the perspective of, do you want people to hear what you have to say? And if the answer is yes, then you have to ask yourself, are you willing to listen to other people? And that's where it goes from there. And yeah, you're going to run into shitty people like a lot of them can be red hat wearing dorks. A lot of them can also be, Democrat voting dorks too. I've seen it everywhere. I've been accused of being an apostate, being, a leftist idiot, being a right-wing nutjob fascist. I've had every single, you name it. I've probably been called tritium with deuterium. Did I read this wrong? Probably. Okay. Oh, dihydrogen, which I just processed, I think. Not deuterium. Yeah, dihydrogen. And so the first thing that I would say and encourage you is learn to control your emotions first. Emotional self-control is probably the biggest, most important aspect. I mean, that's even just dealing with people in general, but You want to present your ideas from a place of confidence, and you want to present yourself from a place of, this is what makes sense to me, and here's why. But you also want to present it in a way that people don't doubt your conviction. A lot of people conflate being correct with being right. And that, I literally just processed a fuck ton of dihydrogen. Where the hell did it go? Alright, yeah, shove that 4 tritium in there. Sorry, Simon Dust. I'm going to take 1 second to focus on the game real quick just to get my shit started. There it is! Jeez! I knew I had a fat stack of it somewhere. Come on. Alright, there we go. Minute 40 to process. Perfect. So, what you want to do is figure out how to approach people for the, you know, how do you get them to listen? Well, you got to listen to why they believe. And that's what it comes down to, is when you get people to pull apart their convictions, that's when you realize that a majority of people just want to live their lives in peace. There is no grand scheme by those out there. You know, Satan isn't lurking in the shadows to come steal you away. Yes, there are bad entities out there that transcend what we call the perceived reality, I guess you could say. There are spiritual entities. I've experienced them. I've seen them. I've listened to stories of other people that have similar enough accounts. If you want to tell me that it's all in your head, hey, guess what, dumbass? All of your perceived reality is in your head. Everything you touch, everything you see, everything you smell, everything you perceive on your 5 senses is in your mind. It's like telling somebody, so first of all, people say that like they're flexing some big, you know, oh, it's all in your mind. Get it all figured out. Yeah, armchair fucking psychiatrists piss me the fuck off the most. People who say, I get it. You're one of those autism people that I've heard about. Yeah, I don't have to argue sensibly or with any kind of logic now because I've got your psychology mapped out. I read on Twitter this one time about this one guy and this injection that he took, and that made him autism. Or something. This fucking never say it right. Those kind of people, Simon Dust 64, don't waste your fucking time. Those people are not gonna change, and that they are not the ones that you want to change anyway. They don't even know how dumb they sound. Yeah, and that's why you've got to just talk to let them, because when people start speaking their what they think they're convicted on out loud, one of 2 things happens. Either they refine their own beliefs and they stand firm on what makes sense to them, or they change for the better and they realize, oh crap, maybe the way I understand this is stupid. And that's the trick, is you don't want to make people feel stupid at any point. In trying to get your ideas across, you want them to see and recognize for themselves, yeah, dumbass, this is how you're coming across. But once they see it that way, it's different. It's what Scogli says, you know, bringing a horse to water, they have to decide to drink. You can't just, you know, force them into the stream. As much as I want to force people into my stream. Oh. No, I don't want to take a break, YouTube. I was watching me. Yeah. You're watching a lot of stuff. Yeah, it's 2025 and I'm dirt fucking poor. What do you want from me? Oh, right, more of my money. I empathize, says Simon Dust 64. Alright, we got our spine, we got our orange crush. Pulse spitter installed. Let's upgrade this pulse spitter with the impact igniter. And what's this one do? Oh, clipazine size bigger? I love a bigger clipazine. See this one. Post-impact ignition enabled. Impact fire duration 4 seconds. Impact fire damage plus 80.
Technology is
Okay. Hermetic seal. Need 3 of those. One. Dose. Trace. Do you think I should ask Skogly how to increase my debating skills? You should ask everybody how to increase, because everybody's going to have different fields of advice. Mine is just simply remain calm, don't get emotional, and if it's conversation turns volatile, debate or change the subject to something else. Winning is getting people to hear and respect your perspective, not necessarily getting people to change their mind.
technology installed.
Phosphorus. I need to go get some phosphorus. Well, this is a kick-ass little gun. I guess I could roll with that. I mean... the best way to defeat someone's own idealism is to simply understand how they think and then get them to expose, and then simply expose their thinking. And just do it. Oh, phosphorus on that planet. What luck. And just do so simply by showing their ideas and keeping yourself composed. Community research milestone, tier 2 complete. Okay. Let's just let the ship fly itself for a while. Oh, the autopilot can't seem to keep me at cruising speed. Too much interference from the surface to slave to properly? Nope. It's just the auto cruise is not functioning. Alright, cool. Wait. Silver, copper, phosphorus, 770. Close enough.
Weather warning. Incoming storm.
Incoming firestorm. Can I do my own little rant about my life? Go for it. I'll try to read it aloud. The second I find out how to say it, or I find how to say it. Oh, okay. Alright, is that enough phosphorus for my upgrade? I'm like 20 now. I've been isolated for most of my life. I don't like my parents. 2 of my friends live in other countries and visit only once a year. Oh shit, I've got a pissed off animal coming to kill me. First, let me scan that plant. I like thinking about my school life, and I sure don't want to talk about it. Well, 20 years old, that sounds like you're probably in, I guess, college or trade school. I mean, that's why you're contemplating military service. And that's honestly the best time to do it. I mean, in the United States, I got, you know, they offer 4-year stints, and honestly, well, I don't know, Norwegian military might be different. Like I said, look at those opportunities and what they present. I mean, that was my middle school. Okay. I mean, if you're wanting to see the world on the government's dime, yeah, military service is probably the best way to go. I don't feel comfortable around other people. That's understandable. Thing is, man, a lot of people in the world, and especially in the United States, are very fake, insincere. Like, it's a fine line between. Oh, that doesn't boost it? Weird. That is a cool little gun. Probably scan that shit before I blow it up. I mean, you don't feel comfortable around other people. I mean, keep you know, finding game communities is probably the best way to find like-minded people. You think I should be grateful I'm not in North America? I don't know, man. For me, I live on a tropical island at the southernmost point of the continental United States. So take that for what it's worth. And I've lived in San Francisco. I've lived in well, Bay Area, really, not actually San Francisco. I'm sorry, Alameda. I've lived in Alameda. I've lived in Seattle area, Tacoma even. Let's see. I've also lived in Idaho and whatnot. And I mean, life is what you make of it and where you're at. And I mean, you feel you got better friends on the internet, it's probably because you do, because internet's given us a tool to find like-minded folks. And communities that make sense. Like I said, a lot of other people, especially a lot of the ones that come through my town, can just be some of the fakiest of fakes you've ever met. I don't know. I think that if you have opportunities before you that let you serve in possibly another country's military, I'd say you're actually in a really good spot in life. Good position to be in anyway. Let's see, there's the Paradise Planet with the salvage. What was that other one behind it? I mean, if you have dreams of coming to the United States, do it. What do you got to lose? You're 20 years old. Live. As a complicated yet very good friend of mine would say, live today. Oh, isn't there one in here? Yeah, airless with salvageable scrap. Yes, please. Oh, wow. Airless planet with freaking mountains? Airless planet, yet I can hear my engines. Ooh. Those mountains reaching into outer space? Well, yeah, technically this planet has no atmosphere, so we are directly in outer space. Alright, see if it'll fly proper on this. Nope, autopilot's glitched. Alright, good to know. Yeah, it is awesome. This is taking some pictures. Where'd you end up? Another system without me? Thanks for saying so. When?
And I bored and I left.
How are you bored of the system?
Well, I thought I was in.
Yeah, I made a giant spaceship.
Units received. Units received.
Man, it may be time to go hang out at the anomaly. Oh man, the scrap is spread out. Man, I gotta stop taking salvageable planets that have the scrap like right next to each other for granted. Oh, light gravity. Nice. Ooh, beam looks nicer too. Oh, and it. Oh, that looks badass. Now I want to go mine more shit.
Units received. Units received. Units received.
Let's see if I can just fall to this one. Because of the low gravity, it'll be long enough to recharge. I can fly to it. When you were in your early 20s, did you struggle with empathy? Truth be told, I struggled with empathy most of my childhood because I was born in the correct religion, and I had everything figured out before I was even in my 20s. My soul was saved. I was going to be, I was one of the specially chosen from Jesus himself. Yeah. I say I struggle with empathy, when guys like Charlie Kirk say shit like, oh, well, I believe in sympathy over empathy. Well, you make a choice there. You make a choice to give yourself detachment. You gave a choice to not have to feel for somebody's struggle, but to keep yourself a boundary. Now, that said, for some people that is necessary. And I get it. You are allowed to pick sympathy over empathy if it makes more sense, as long as by your actions you still care. And usually I've noticed people who don't want to be emotionally invested by their actions will pull out their wallet and with their money and their hard-earned cash speak that they do in fact care. Or they use resources to help, or both. You know, it's actions over words at the end of the day, Simon. So, if you don't feel you can feel anything for other people, then it's possible that at this time you aren't meant to, because you need to feel and recognize things for yourself first. See, part of growing up in the correct religion that I struggled with was the fact that they preach this idea of what I call toxic self-sacrifice. We are humans. We have limitations. Giving is good. Giving and expecting nothing in return is good, and something that people should be taught the value of and strive for. But it's okay if you need to take care of yourself. It's okay, Simon Dusk, if you need to put Simon Dusk 6453 first. You're allowed to do that. Balancing, empathy truly comes from balancing your own emotions and understanding when and how you can care, and choosing to how you give a shit. If you caring about people is just donating money to charity, that is way more than most people will do with their whole lives. Like, look at people like friggin', I have nothing but just tremendous love and respect for Ozzy Osbourne, for example. Like, yeah, complicated dude. Obviously angry with the world and a lot of, things in existence. But then when his, death was upon him, what did he do? Oh, he goes and has one last concert to raise a bunch of money for children. I don't give a shit if Ozzy Osbourne was the most self-centered human who ever lived and only ever truly cared about himself most of his life. What did he choose to do with his fame and money at the very end? Right. Yeah, we all saw. But that was just the last act. As it turns out, he was actually doing a lot of philanthropy, and he's actually been just an outstanding human being. Sounds respectable. Yeah, no, I don't know if you heard. Okay, maybe you didn't hear, so I'll summarize. So yeah, Ozzy Osbourne, lead singer of Black Sabbath, whose lyrics are very, let's just say a lot of evangelicals, for example, aren't fans. From my experience. But, the truth is it was real. It was raw. It was true. And I mean, I'm sure some Catholics probably found some of his stuff offensive, even though he was fairly devout. Of course, it's easy for my ass to be judgmental of Catholics when I come from a background of just nothing but judgment. I could tell by the branding, yeah. Ozzy was a very complicated man, to say the least, but he didn't use his fame or his power for selfish means in the end. He gave back in the most precious way. Like even Jesus says that greater a man have a stone cast around his neck and be thrown into the ocean than any harm come to my little ones. And I mean, that's what's nice, is a lot of people in this society seem to agree. Most people in current Western culture seem to agree that protecting children is necessity. Otherwise, we truly do have no future. I know, cliche as fuck, though. I wonder if I do have the juice to make it up to the starship. Maybe. Maybe. Yeah. Right. Oh. Oh shit, it's recovering enough, fast enough, and I'm light enough, I could just have kept flying the whole time. I didn't need to stop flying, the planet's light enough. It can just... I can sustain simply on the thruster. Huh, flew to the top of my ship. How about that? Find me some more. I want to fly around now. And I'm not flying, I'm falling with style. Maybe it's too small to be a planet. Yeah. It's got quite a Pluto vibe here. Wow, perfectly square rock there. You don't see that every day. At least on planet Earth. In this game, normal occurrence. Ow! It's like gravity, I shouldn't be getting hurt. Aw, man, there's no salvage nearby. Well, guess I'll go fly out these mountains. I'm digging this planet, though. And actually, on that perfect square base is where I'm going to put perfect square base. Falling with style. This plot of universe is mine, bitches! I peed on it. It's official. I'm a fuck off now. See you, man. I love the sign off, bro. Thanks for hanging out, Simon Dust 6453. And yeah, don't be afraid to hit up Scogly or anybody else you trust to consider some things. And good luck in figuring out your life. But, you know, this is the time to be young and to figure out things and to travel and to see things. When you've got you've already slowed down or at least stopped your drinking. You don't have to completely quit drinking. But definitely relegate it to social occasions. Don't take it from somebody who got fatty liver before he was 30. It's not worth it. Self-control is best control. Self-control is awesome. So yeah. Scogly is probably my favorite dude I know of. I love that guy. I try to spend more time with him, but, you know, and hopefully I look forward to hanging out with him in person down here in Paradise soon enough when the time's right. Time's right. Now's right. Now's the time. Anyway, take care, man. I'm still going to keep streaming. I just realized I sounded like I was signing off. Well, maybe it's time to sign off for a little break real quick. Not necessarily shut down the stream, but thanks, man. Appreciate you hanging out. Square and no air. Yeah, I like that. Oh, damn, Peregrine's far away. That'd be a cool picture. Damn, really? No salvageable scrap nearby? Yeah, maybe I should pull out the ship and fly around. Alright, let's fly around and see what we can try and salvage. Actually, I wonder if I can fly up high enough to use a free fall. I should be able to fall far enough from here. Yeah, no, it's not going into the space fall. So I'm still going to have to use the jetpack to guide right over my target. Flies more competently when it's just refueling the little burst. Descent.
Life support power low. Technology recharge.
I was just gonna come find you. Hyperdrive has no fuel. God. He's running out.
Technology recharge.
Alright, not gonna lie, this one's pretty freaking cool. Oh, they're gone. What's with the simple build Corvettes lately? It's two different ones I've been in now. I've seen two different simple build Corvettes like that. Roll another one. Neat little ride. Oh yeah, that's what I'm thinking of using for the his stuff class later. Yeah. Question is, do I use one of those for... Yeah, it's gonna depend on how big of a ship. Just looking at it that size, if I use it as the... Could make a small version and then try a bigger version. Hmm? Why? What? Do you need me out there to help? Okay, well... Oh, Hannah. That happens. How many times I burned myself on the fryers at the Chinese restaurant. Alright, lesson learned. Blissby.
Units received. Units received. Units received. Weather warning. Incoming storm. Units received. Units received. Units received. Units received. Units received. Toxic protection falling. Toxic protection stabilizing. Toxic protection falling. Toxic protection falling. Extreme
Alright,
toxicity detected.
It's 3 fun-filled hours in this space. It'd be time to go get the food. Where is the space station? Oh, no, wait. Oh, that's right. The fucking system doesn't have one. Jump to a system that does. Yeah, that should be a good one. Oh shit. Alright, we're ending with a excitement abounds here. Oh shit, a dreadnought. Alright, alright, alright. I want to blow it up. Switch to the vaporizer. Take out its guns for sure. How is your fleet, friend? Oh, get, get, get out. Y'all were just attacking these guys. Stand down. Alright, time to board the Dreadnought. I may have to sneeze this one as my freighter now. Oh shit, it's a Class B. 33 storage slots, 19 technology sections. Versus Valkyrie, which is Class A with 35 and only 18. Cool looking boat. Give me your money.
Units received.
6.7 million? Man, y'all are poor. Yeah, pirate better. Jeez. Okay, so that happened. I was like flying into the station. I was supposed to get a landing, and then it just spun out of control, and then I just popped right in. So, all right, gotta dump the storage. No. I was going to, but then I decided, yeah, I'll just take their money instead. I have a Class S freighter. It's hard to just give up. Alright, well, hope you all have enjoyed this live stream. Please don't forget to hit like, share, subscribe, all that good shit. I may be back tomorrow with something on the gaming lounge, but for now, we'll see you on the E2I podcast tomorrow night. Mediocre Writer Brothers. See ya.